CZ, the CEO of the largest cryptocurrency exchange in the world, Binance, is pleading guilty and stepping down. And as this is happening, we are right now gearing up for millions of traders to get liquidated. And this is why, if you follow the channel, you know that I have been getting more bearish as time goes on, yet I've still been looking for Bitcoin to come and take the highs at around $40,000. This is why in the Casper Crew VIP Discord, we gave the long setup from 35.5. Unfortunately, that did get stopped out, but in juicy profit. And then yesterday, we gave the long setup from 36,420, expecting to get those highs. Also stopped out in a good profit. But then also yesterday, the last long I was looking for in the Casper Crew VIP Discord was to get another bounce from around that $35,700 level. If we kind of take a look at what's happening right now, we did in fact get a bounce from around that level. And if you see in the drawing, I am still targeting the high. Why am I still targeting this high? Well, this is very, very important because as we watch a range like this form and we start to form highs like this one right here, number 1, number 2, and number 3, what this means is building up liquidity in the market. What is liquidity? Essentially, guys, it just means people are placing their stop losses above these highs because they think to themselves, well, this is the top, I'm going to take a short trade, and my invalidation, or the point where my short idea becomes wrong, is if we take the highs. And oftentimes what this does is it leads to a stop hunt in the market. We have seen this pattern play out over and over again. For example, on October 23rd, when Bitcoin finally pumped up to that $35,000-ish zone, we put in our first high, we put in a lower high right here, building that liquidity, building these stop losses, and then you can see that led to the stop hunt before the move to the downside. Also, if we take a look at the long trade from yesterday that I was live streaming, why did we bounce from that level? Well, if we take a look at the chart, we can see that we had put in some lows right here, building up that liquidity. We came down for the stop hunt and then boom, off to the races. Now, as the CEO of Binance is stepping down, the perfect storm for insane, wild moves is brewing right now. Here's what we need to pay attention to. First of all, make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell for notifications because we are bringing you the most juicy technical analysis crypto updates here on YouTube. But second of all, this chart right now is building massive amounts of liquidity to the upside and to the downside. Just take a look at all the areas on the chart where Bitcoin could very, very quickly wick down to liquidating millions of traders. Now enter the Binance FUD. People don't know how to respond to this. The market doesn't really know how to respond to this yet. Is this a bullish thing? Is this a bearish thing? When in doubt, look at the chart. That is my philosophy. And when we look at this ascending channel, we can clearly see bearish divergences forming on the 4-hour time frame. We can see the momentum waves are getting lower as the price is getting higher. The money flow is getting lower as the price is getting higher, strangely resembling the chest of Sam Bankman-Fried when he was living in the Bahamas getting red tattoos on his nipples. In fact, if we just kind of superimpose this picture of SBF onto market Cipher B right here, we can see we literally have a perfect fit. Now, historically speaking, when we get the upside down SBF man-boob pattern, this leads to at least a 20% move to the downside. Even throughout the course of this uptrend that we've seen since last November, every time we print this chart, it means a 20% correction is coming within the next week or two. So now that we see that we have lots of liquidity on the chart, stop hunts to the upside, stop hunts to the downside, we're seeing bearish patterns print as we're coming to key resistance, and now we're getting some FUD in the market. We can see how this could be a recipe for utter disaster. So how do we approach this? How do we make sense of all these different pieces of information? Well, as traders, our job is to come to the charts and plan out different scenarios so we can take advantage of whatever happens. And right now, the fact of the chart is that if we do get a move to that $40,000-ish area, we know that we have extremely bearish divergences that will be forming on the 4-hour chart. And in my opinion, and actually what I'm planning to do is to look for a short trade if we get a fake breakout and then come back down and lose that level. It would be a very, very easy short trade in my opinion with these 4-hour bearish divergences. Actually, if you want to trade Bitcoin and altcoins, I highly recommend you check out my go-to exchange MEXC because they literally have the best fees in the game. I can scalp literally the 5-second time frame and be profitable using MEXC. Don't believe me? Well, go to jasoncaspertrading.com. Check out the courses tab and you'll see this mini scalping course, which shows you how I was able to make $25,000 scalping the 5-second time frame over the course of a month. And guys, we are currently having a Black Friday sale. If you use the coupon code JC Black Friday, you can get 50% off this $75 scalping course. You can get 50% off the intro to crypto trading program, which actually includes the scalping course in addition to teaching you how to trade from the beginning, as well as 50% off our advanced footprint market profile and TBO course. And if you want to join the community where we give the juicy trade setups like this and like this, jasoncaspertrading.com, you can go ahead and click the link to join the VIP Discord. This is our educational community, in my opinion, literally the best trading community in the world. Links in the pinned comment and description if you're interested in these things. So I will be looking for a short trade if we get a move above this green line and then lose it. But also we need to be prepared for getting a large move to the downside, taking out all these stop losses right here. Everybody who's been longing since the end of October with their stop losses below those lows. If we come down into the green box, I will absolutely be looking for a bounce. But here's something that we need to keep in mind. If we do get a big drop into this green box, if we get a drop into this green box, that is very significant because it means we're actually changing market structure on a higher term time frame. What does that mean? Well, we can see that we've been in a pretty powerful uptrend since we broke that $30,000 level. We made a high, a higher low, a higher high, a higher low, a higher high, a higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. If we come down here, we're officially now making a lower low for the first time on this chart. And then that means that potentially these bearish divergences will play out for much lower prices. And then what we can do, even though we can look for a bounce here, is we can look to short a lower high because we're changing market structure. And then we can look down to some of the very key areas of support that I've been talking about on this channel now for weeks, where we can get into a very, very juicy swing long trade. So the bottom line here is, guys, if news starts to come out or if the price starts to move like crazy, we need to, and I'm planning to, basically sit on the sidelines and watch what happens. Are we going to get a stop loss of the highs for a short trade? Are we going to get a stop loss of the lows for a long trade? And more importantly, what is the market structure going to be doing? Because if we come above this level and keep on going, that's not bearish, right? But if we come above this level, get a move back down to take the lows, this is now officially bearish market structure, and we can look for continued downside. So when we're getting news, when the charts are going crazy, what we need to do, sit on the sidelines, make a plan so that we can be prepared for no matter what happens. So now for a few thoughts on this Binance thing. Are we going to see Bitcoin crash because of this? Well, here's what we need to think about. We have been seeing bearish signs on the chart. We have been expecting that 20% move to the downside. And a lot of times we do see the fundamentals and the technicals line up to create this perfect storm that causes the price to move. However, some can make the case that maybe this is a good thing, right? Personally, I lead toward this being a little bit more bearish than bullish, simply because we are seeing those bearish signs on the chart. And I do think it could set us up for a really, really nice opportunity here on Bitcoin. And here's why. If the majority of people think, oh no, Binance is heading into trouble and this is really bad for crypto, and we start to see a larger move to the downside, we very well may come right into the major area of support that we have right here around that $30,000 level, maybe even lose that level to get people extremely bearish. And that's where we actually get our higher low in the macro uptrend to boom, then hit some of these higher targets that we have for the bear market rally. So either way, I look at this as an opportunity, guys. That is going to be it for today's video. Make sure to like, subscribe, click the bell for notifications. May God bless everybody in the name of Jesus, Yeshua, the Messiah. Even if you are not religious, I still pray you and your family are super blessed. And I will see everybody in the next video. Peace, y'all.